Yo, I told you guys, I told you guys, I told you guys, the V8 Hemi is coming back. You can't kill an engine like that. You can't get rid of an engine like that. The only problem is your boy Matt Mcclear, the CEO of Dodge. He says it's going to take some time because they got to do research and development. That's going to be 1 year, 2 year, maybe even 2.5. So the earliest that we might see a Hemi return might be 2027, which means, we've got to suffer through this whole inline six electric BS that Dodge is putting us through. But he refused to specifically say that the Hemi is not coming back. He did an interview, and your boy stated that this platform can accommodate multiple engines, which means this current car can accommodate an inline six, electric, and a V8 Hemi. Just give it time, guys. It's coming back. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you tell them in the house that makes it a house vlog. You know how it's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets. Anything car related happens on this channel, man. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's go. Shout out to Mopar Insiders, as always, dropping absolutely heat. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm looking at here. So boom. Dodge CEO doesn't deny possible future V8 return for the Charger. Mcclear, which is Matt Mcclear, the CEO of Dodge, confirms more powertrain variants coming, but stands by the EV and the current Hurricane power. He's got to stand by those engines because that's all we got. You know what I mean? And they were the ones that made the decision to switch from a V8 to inline six and EV, so they have to stick by that. But let's see here. He did not confirm outright that a V8 would not make a comeback. You know what I mean? He did an interview recently on a magazine where he basically stated that the flexibility of the Dodge's new platform, multi-energy platform, that's what they're calling it, which currently supports both fully electric and a twin turbo 3-liter Hurricane i6 power charger. He noted that previous generations of Dodge muscle cars saw variety of powertrains, suggesting that future variants could bring even more options. So he's basically saying that with this current Charger that we're looking at here, right, this brick on wheels that nobody likes, not only can it accommodate an inline six and an EV platform, but it can also accommodate a V8 platform. You know what I mean? He started talking and he basically said, if you look back at the last generation, you go through the engines between the Charger and Challenger and even the Magnum. We started out with a 3.5 liter V6 and 6.1. We changed that to a 3.6 and a 5.7, 6.4 and a 6.2. Demon, Red Eye, Demon 170, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, all that stuff. This is a multi-energy platform that can accommodate all of that. This is just the first year, so you got 4 powertrains that outperform each one or every one that they're replacing with the standard all-wheel drive. We're just getting started. We've got to have a lot of fun. No official plans, but no hard no either is the biggest thing about it. You know what I mean? Mcclear remarks suggest that Dodge focus remain on the current lineup. He has to say that because they're all in on this electric BS, which includes the all-electric Charger Daytona and upcoming Hurricane-powered six-pack, which is coming this summer. However, he acknowledged that V8s are no longer considered a bad word within the company, hinting that the future, possibilities exist. We haven't disclosed that, Mcclear said when asked directly about V8's returns. But one of the things that's encouraging is that the change in leadership, considering your boy Tavares is gone, V8s are no longer a bad word around the company. But with anything, we still have to be compliant. Let's see here. Yeah, even if Dodge were to greenlight a V8 power charger today, it wouldn't hit the market overnight. Developing a new powertrain or reintroducing an existing one requires extensive engineering, testing, and emissions compliance. You can't just turn something on that wasn't there before. Even if we were to say we want to do it today, pick an engine, a V10 4-cylinder, it would still take a 1.5 to 2-year development cycle. That means even if the decision was made recently, a V8 Charger wouldn't realistically hit dealerships until 2027 or later. So he's basically saying that even if they decide to bring a V8, we're not seeing a V8 Charger until 2027 or later. One thing about this interview that he did was basically stating that, they're sticking by the inline six and the electric bullshit that's out right now, but he's not denying that a V8 is in the future. right? I truly believe that once Dodge lays out all of these variants, whether it's the 6-pack, whether it's the high output, low output, not low output, what do they call it? Standard output, Charger, Hurricane, they're going to realize immediately nobody wants these cars, especially when Ford is dropping 810 horsepower in their GT350, right? Not even their GT500. Their GT350 does 800 plus. Their GT500 does 830 plus. You know what I mean? And then they've got the Shelby edition that's doing 830, 840 plus. And then they got the GTD and crazy stuff on top of that. And then Chevy just dropped the ZR1. That's 1,000 horsepower. Still big V8. You know what I mean? No electric mess. You can't compete with those other two brands with an inline six and a damn electric platform. Nobody wants that, especially in 2025. Right? Now, they've done the change of regime, getting rid of Carlos Tavares, right? So V8 is no longer a bad word, but they've got to come out with something pretty soon, right? They have to reintroduce the V8 back into the Dodge lineup, simple and plain, because, things are going to get bad. I don't know one single person that's interested in the 6-pack Charger. Not one single person. Now, I've been told that the 6-pack engine, the inline six, could potentially make just as much, if not more power than a Hellcat. But like I know that we don't just want power, we want the experience. We want the all-around experience. We want the sound, we want the exhaust notes, we want the cold start, we want the shaking at the light, all that stuff. So it's not just about power. Power means a lot, but it's not just about power. We want the experience, and you're not going to get that from an inline six, regardless of the power. Now, like I said, I've been told that they could make more power, but realistically speaking, that's not the only factor. You know what I'm saying? People want more than just power. So they're going to have to bring the V8 back. The only problem is, I don't even know if people are really interested in this body style to begin with. I mean, the Charger, as we know it right now, the 2023 Charger 22, aggressive, wide body. It was angular. It had curves. Obviously, it had a V8. And then we go from that to basically something that looks like a Challenger. You know what I mean? It looks like an old school Challenger, but we're calling it a Charger. So even if a V8 HEMI does drop in one of these cars, I don't know if people are even going to be interested in it, especially if you're not putting down some serious power with that V8. Like, we need a Hellcat variant V8 HEMI to hit these cars soon, because Ford and Chevy are taking off in the market. Dodge was the first one to the party, and then they were the first one to leave. And now Ford and Chevy are just now coming around, and it's looking real good over there. It's looking real good over there at Ford and Chevy, But you heard what your boy said. Even if they were to plan a V8 today, it would take them 2.5 plus years for that car to hit dealerships, which means we wouldn't see it for another, until 2027, which means we just got to wait. We got to wait this shit out. If you already have an RT 392 Hellcat, hold on to it. Unless you're just in the market for an electric, whatever this is, or an inline six, I would hold on to it. And then wait for 2-3 years down the line if you haven't already jumped ship and gotten a Ford or a Chevy. But I would just wait and get what you want. This isn't what you want. This isn't what anybody wants. Nobody wants a inline six Charger. Nobody wants a EV Charger. Nobody. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to front. But just give it time. That way you can go and get what you want, or you can keep what you got. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, Mcclear, the CEO of Dodge, is not ruling out the possibility of a V8 HEMI coming back to Dodge, which says a lot. Unfortunately, it's going to be some time before we ever see one. So like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Knockout 360. Go to Mopar Insiders for the full article. As always, see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.